Well, hello, my soul friends. It is Victoria on the Soul Nurture channel. I've had this topic on my heart since we moved into Cancer season, and we're almost out of Cancer season. Time is just flying so fast, but I still have time, and I hope this is supportive to you. So take a moment to watch with me. I'm going to be talking about the moon, my favorite, the moon, and sort of what was on my heart was to talk about how we feel nurtured based on our moon sign and how we nurture others. So I think this is really important because our moon, wherever your moon is in your chart, is sort of the way that you emotionally connect. It's our intuition is connected to, yeah, how we nurture ourselves, how we were nurtured. So stick around and watch this video with me. And you can tell for those of you who do watch my videos, when I post them, I have to tell you, I'm kind of really in a summer mood. I'm really, maybe because it's just been a lot hotter than normally. I don't have as much energy. And I'm really just practicing being present to myself, to my own needs, to the moment. So, and how about you? How are you doing? How is your summer going for those of you who are in the Northern Hemisphere with me? Well, not with me, but in the Northern Hemisphere and my friends in the Southern Hemisphere enjoying winter time. How are you doing? I really do care how you're all doing. I'd love to know where you're viewing from. Love to know if you've subscribed. I'd love to know your takeaways. So feel free to comment. I know that I haven't been here as much as I'd like to be. I, like many of you, have a lot going on. So, many of us know, maybe you don't, but have you heard of the Five Love Languages by Gary Chapman? Um, they're wonderful. It's a wonderful book, and it really helps us recognize how unique we are. I think we have more than five ways to receive love, and especially when we factor in our moon sign. But I think the five love languages are, maybe you know yours, put it in the comments: words of affirmation, acts of service. Is it giving gifts, receiving gifts, quality time, physical touch? I think those are the main ones. Okay, those are all good. Which one of those do you relate to? And let's see how it relates to your moon sign and those those you love, especially your partner. I see this a lot with my clients with, their partners. They're giving in a way that it's what they want to receive, but it's not what their partner is wanting, right? For instance, somebody who's very productive, likes to get things done around the house, like a moon in Capricorn or moon in Taurus or moon in Aries, married or partnered with somebody who has moon in Pisces or moon in Aquarius or Sagittarius, and their focus is somewhere else, where they're nurtured is some way else. So let's talk about this, okay? So how we are nurtured, you hear me talk about this a lot on this channel, which is my soul mission, to help people reclaim their soul potential, learn how to nurture that. And what I mean by learn how to nurture it is nurture what is needed for you to blossom your beautiful potential. So, did I mention I'm in a different background because I'm in California right now? I'm house sitting for my best friend, and really I'm puppy sitting. So I'm falling in love with her dogs, and even though I'm a cat person, so you may hear some scuffling around in the back. Sometimes they hear sounds and they start barking. So just heads up. But yeah, so I'm currently in California where it has been extremely hot. I've been melting, but today's a little bit cooler, and I felt like I had enough energy to come on here and connect with you. And I'm sorry I haven't been here more often. But this video, like I said, has been on my heart for a while. So because it's so connected to my soul mission, my mission of nurturing soul potential. And I love the moon. This is why I offer the new moon and the full moon. I love following the lunation cycle. For all of us, it's just a natural cycle to follow that connects us to our own natural cycle of unfolding. The more you know about yourself, the more you have awareness how to navigate your life, how to reclaim your authentic potential, how to be you, right? And how we can teach others to be with us in a way that is meaningful to us. So what is your moon sign? I'm curious if you know, and most of my viewers do know. So interesting when I used to talk about astrology back in the day, like people barely knew their sun signs. Now people know their primal three, your sun, your moon, your rising. And I was having lunch with a good friend of mine yesterday in a restaurant in California. And I was looking at her chart on my phone, and the waiter came over and he said, "Wow, you're getting your natal chart done?" And I said, "Well, I'm just glancing at it for her." I said, "What's your sun?" And he just said, "Oh," and then I said, "What are your primal three?" Without missing a beat, he just said, "This is it." He said there's three, and I kind of gave him a little feedback on that. And he said, "Wow, that was amazing." And turns to my friend, he said, "You're really lucky. You're gonna get some good information." So the primal three tells us a lot, but the moon tells us where we feel emotionally connected, how we desire to be nurtured, how we wanted to be nurtured by our mothers or our, dog moving around me. That's the dog. It's not me. And if she falls asleep, she snores very loudly. So just know that it's not me. How, by our, not necessarily mother, but the maternal caregiver, right? What we longed for, what we needed, what were called them the soul ingredients, the soul recipe. We all come in here with a unique purpose, and we need to have those certain ingredients met. That is how we are nurtured. And what I like to say is a nurtured soul blossoms into beautiful possibilities, right? So, and also we find, how we weren't nurtured creates the wounds, which creates what I call our soul medicine. Another way, it's like we're creating the healing remedy based on our wounds or out of our wounds. And we often forget to give it to ourselves. We're really good at giving it to others. So this is another way to notice what you're giving to others is probably you're giving from your nurturing moon, right? Okay. And also where the moon is in your chart is another, it's like puzzle pieces, right? Like what sign is your moon in? What house is your moon in? What house rules Cancer? And you get to see this bigger picture of how you nurture and how you want to be nurtured. Okay. So let's see. So yeah, the moon, it represents, the deepest part of ourselves, our, the way we express without words, how we feel, how we connect emotionally. And it does connect to our emotions and our moods, our moods. Just like the moon waxes and wanes, so do our emotions, so does our emotional nature. Okay. So nurturing, nurturing, nurturing. Let's get into, is there anything else I want to say about the moon? I've just had so many ideas to talk about the moon. I do still want to talk about the phases of the moon. But this felt more on brand with what I'm here to talk about, being the soul nurturer. So yeah, the moon symbolizes motherhood, nurturing, the capacity we care for ourselves and others. Okay. And also where we get our security needs met, how we get our security needs met. When we're emotionally met, we feel secure, right? So it's good to know in what way we do that. So let me just go through just from my heart. I didn't create any notes about this at all. But I'm going to go through just Aries all the way through Pisces, okay? So if your moon is in Aries, the way you feel emotionally met is by being seen as the leader, by being trusted to take action on behalf of those you love. You're the protector, you're the get it done person, but you certainly you feel nurtured and emotionally connected with when people trust you to lead, when people want to sort of, yeah, just feel safe in your presence. I think of Moon and Aries folks are, the protectors and the leaders. So when the moon is in Aries for you, what is nurturing and emotionally connecting is to go on an adventure together, to do something physical like martial arts or tennis or something, or a pretty extreme sport. So having your partner do these things with you feels like emotional connection. And if your partner has a moon in Aries, that's where you meet them. You acknowledge them for their ability to keep you safe, or to like, I'm able to surrender to you because I trust you. I trust your guidance, your leadership. So it's nurturing to them to be honored for that, to be seen. I think because it's our emotional nature, if you can recognize that in your partner, and this is really helpful to recognize how emotionally we go about completing tasks. So again, you may have, so moon in Aries is like, let's go, let's do this, right? And so honoring too their rhythm, and it may, actually my husband has this moon in Aries, there may be a little delay, but when they go, it's go time. So nurturing that Aries moon in your partner is just acknowledging the many ways that they show up in a leadership role and their adventurous spirit and as the protector. Okay, I hope all this makes sense. This was just a spontaneous idea I had yesterday, and I'm like, okay, let's do this. Okay, so if your moon is in Taurus, the way you feel nurtured and like to nurture others is through, just very simple, practical ways that are very connected to all the senses. The Taurus moon is very sensual, and I'm not just talking about, in the bedroom. I'm talking about all the senses, good food, beautiful candles. It's getting hot here. I'm feeling that I turned the fan off because it was too loud and I'm starting to sweat. So anyway, talking about senses, right? So Taurus moon, you feel like you love your security. You feel nurtured when you feel secure, home, hearth, food, shelter, security, and also just, all things that feel like, good music, good food. You guys are the foodies, right? So that's how you feel nurtured. So somebody would make a good meal for you, you would feel nurtured, right? How you nurture others is by good food, or listening to beautiful music, or getting outside in nature. So that's Taurus moon, how you love to be nurtured and how you nurture others. And so, yeah, and if your partner has moon in Taurus, just pretty much what I said, cook them a great meal, invite them for a hike, getting outside in nature, honor their ability to budget and be practical and resourceful. And also recognize moon in Taurus can be a little stubborn. Stubbornness comes out of fear. So to calm that fear, turn the stubbornness into determination, give them a big hug. Very tactile. Taurus moons are very tactile. And so Taurus moon, if this is, I'm speaking to you, you're the one with the Taurus moon, sometimes you may just need to ask for a hug, right? Or a good snuggle. Okay. Moon in Gemini. If you're moon in Gemini, the way you feel emotionally connected and nurtured is really being in a good conversation, witty banter, or exploring ideas and ideas, and learning and studying and sharing information. You love that. That's how you feel nurtured. So, and the way you nurture is sharing information, like helping someone, being the teacher, telling a story, telling a joke. You connect emotionally through your intellect, right? What you have to say, through how you communicate. And, words are very important. So for you, nurturing is words of affirmation, sharing ideas, and also doing that for others. And then teaching someone something is something that's the way you nurture others, right? Or like I said, a playful interaction, witty, love it, good jokes, things like that. Okay, moon in Cancer. This is, you're ruled by the moon. So moon in Cancer, the way you feel nurtured is very much like the moon. You love the sensation of connection and emotional connection, and being honored for your nurturing skills and your maternal instincts and your intuition. So the way you feel nurtured is also security, like, having a home that you feel safe in, being in a relationship that you trust, and all things home for you, Moon and Cancer, like making all traditional things, family traditions, really honoring, those rituals. That's the way you feel nurtured, and the way you nurture is the same. So it's kind of, I'm being a little redundant, but just flipping the coin, like, so you'll know how you want to be nurtured by how you nurture others, mostly. So Moon and Cancers, you will, like, make sure the house feels cozy, and there's really comfort food and good food, and you're the one that wants the family pictures and the story of family and history and the lineage. So that's, nurturing a Moon in Cancer is connecting at a heart level with family, sharing a family recipe, looking at family pictures, watching old movies, watching romantic comedies. Cancer loves to feel emotionally connected in all realms. So there you are. Okay. And tell me if I'm missing anything when I'm saying your moon sign, or maybe your partner's moon sign, or even your children. This is important. I should have said that at the beginning. Knowing your child's moon sign tells you how to nurture that child in a way that's unique to them. Remember, I always say this to parents, your children are unique souls having this human experience. Looking at their charts help you nurture those possibilities, the potential, okay? And understanding that each child is very unique. So Moon is how they want to be nurtured. Okay, Moon in Leo. I could speak to this one because I am a Moon in Leo. Moon in Leos, the way that we are nurtured is by being seen, valued, honored. Leos love, yes, they love attention. They love to be honored and acknowledged. Would be the affirmations, right? Words of affirmations, praise, and a lot of good positive feedback. Remember, Leo is ruled by the sun. They want to shine. So Leo moons are nurtured by those positive reflections that show them that they are being seen and they are shining. And Leo moons love to do this for others. They love to acknowledge others. They love to celebrate with others. They love to bring the joy to others. They love to, like for me, my husband and I always talk about this whenever go to a gathering or family, something, he knows I'm probably going to jump in if it's really quiet and say, so what do we appreciate about each other? Or if it's somebody's birthday, I'll start the honoring circle, or tell a few jokes. Also, Moon and Leos love joy. I think I already said that. So we nurture with joy. We are nurtured by joy. We are nurtured by being appreciated. And so please do leave comments, because that's how I feel loved. Okay. All right. I'm going through this and like, okay, maybe I should have written some notes, because I'm just going off the cuff here, and I hope this is helpful. I'm always trying to figure out what kind of topic to offer. This one felt really juicy for me, and hopefully it is for you. Okay, my Moon in Virgo, folks. If you are a Moon in Virgo, the way you feel nurtured is being seen as the helper, being honored for your details and your ability to see the small print and be patient and focused where maybe others are not. So the way you feel nurtured is to nurture your need for your systems, the way that you set things up, like, and not being criticized for your unique way, because Moon in Virgo, you're hard enough on yourselves. Am I right? So nurturing comes from the way you receive nurturing is like really being seen in the way you are processing your practical steps, the way you are patient and as a helper and a healer. And so that is how you tend to nurture others. You're the helper. You're going to jump in. You got to watch out, though. Ask the person if they want your help, because you are so helpful, and make sure you're not stepping over yourself to help others. So the way you love to nurture others is it's acts of service, for sure. Taking care of things that people are not tending to. You're really good at seeing and assisting and helping and healing. So remember, and I should have said this at the beginning, it's a dog walking by. Wherever you, I think I did say it, the way you're wanting to nurture others is your inner child really connected to the moon, wanting that same kind of nurturing. So what you offer, this is my whole big part of my philosophy, what you are offering to others, you must offer it to yourself. Do not step over yourself to help someone else when your inner child is the one that's wanting this nurturing. So Moon in Virgos, yeah, be a little bit more gentle and more loving and accepting of yourself. Okay. Moon in Libra. Okay. Moon in Libra, you're all about, the way you're nurtured is through, balance and beauty and you just love love. Moon in Leo loves love too, but Moon in Libra idealizes love. So the way you feel nurtured is, with words of praise to, you love music or poetry or a good story. You love well-crafted words, and you love when the words are given back to you in a sort of just a like lyrical, poetic way. The way you feel nurtured is helping. Okay, hey, dog. I don't know if you can even hear that, but it's a little distracting. So the way Libra moon feels nurtured is, just relishing in all the aesthetically beautiful things, beautiful home, beautiful colors. They love balance and a clean home, fresh flowers. They love flowers. So I would say moon in Leo, moon in Libra. I mean, who doesn't love a nice bouquet of flowers, but mostly moon in Libra, moon in Leo. Okay, so the way Libra moon nurtures is very much through that, like nice jewelry, or they may write you a poem or play a favorite song or take you to a nice dinner, and they're the ones that are going to put on the music and put on the candles and make the environment communicate their heart and their love, and romance is key. Okay, moon in Scorpio. For my moon in Scorpio, is the way you feel nurtured is if you feel safe to go into the depths of your emotions, the depths of your, the way you're exploring, moon in Scorpios, I always say this, well, sun, moon, or rising Scorpios. I'm a Scorpio sun. The good news is, we see and feel everything. The bad news is we see and feel everything, right? So moon in Scorpio, you feel nurtured by someone being able to hold the kind of space that you hold for others, deep, rich, going into, and not being able to, not being afraid of anything, any topic. The deeper, the more transformational, the better. So you feel nurtured by being seen in your capacity to be a transformational agent, to be the detective, to be, just really valued for your depth. And also moon in Scorpio, very sensual, very much physically connected. You feel, probably a physical touch is one of your love languages, I would imagine. And the way you nurture moon in Scorpio is very protective. With your children, you need to watch it a little bit because it can be over the helicopter parent, because moon in Scorpio, you can run through every scenario in your mind. So maybe you're just a little bit more obsessive, a little bit more protective, but the way you nurture is you remember everything, and you will do everything, and you will go to the depths of your being to offer to your loved ones what you believe they need. And so again, I'll caution moon and Scorpio is the way you're trying to nurture sometimes can be a little bit too much. And asking, because moon and Scorpio can maybe lead into boundaries a little bit. And so the way you feel, actually back to you, the way you feel nurtured is you don't have to do the obsessive thing. You don't have to feel possessive because you feel so loved, and commitment. You have that deep commitment, and trust is so key from moon and Scorpio. So I think the way you feel Nurtured is developing deep trust with someone. And that is what you offer others when you give your word for deep commitment. You're very locked in and you're very protective of that. Okay. Moon in Sagittarius. I love you guys. I have Venus and Mars in Sag, so I kind of relate to Moon and Sag. Moon and Sag, you feel nurtured by play and being outdoors and exploring and learning philosophy and discussing philosophy and things that are, like religion or different spiritual beliefs. Moon in Sagittarius loves to feel emotional connection with travel or learning about other cultures, learning another language. They really love learning. They're like Moon and Gemini, across the axis from Moon and Sag is, the perennial student, the philosopher, as I said. So that's how you feel nurtured. Like whenever, for me, I do relate to this with Venus and Mars and Sag. I feel a little stuck. I need to get outside. I need to get in a car. I need to go on a little journey. I need to get on a plane, go somewhere. This nurtures your soul potential. This is how you feel nurtured. And to feel nurtured in your athletic, abilities and your ideology that is very unique and fresh, and your honesty. You feel nurtured by being able to say what you need to say and not feeling limited. And the way you nurture is, let's go on a hike. Let's get outside. Let's go play sports, hiking, or let's have some philosophical discussion, or let's talk about religion or spirituality. That's Moon in Sagittarius. And Moon in Sagittarius, you are very honest, and it's one thing to know that you value honesty, but sometimes when you're trying to nurture somebody else, your honesty can be maybe too much for them. So you might want to check in and ask, how much do you want me to share, or do you want feedback on this before you share? You're very honest and very direct, and sometimes curt and blunt opinion. Okay. All right. Moon in Capricorn. Moon in Capricorn, when you were, Moon in Capricorns in particular, same with Sun and Capricorn rising. I have a Capricorn rising. Moon in Capricorns, though, you were like, you came in as the old soul, you came in as the adult, Moon in Capricorns feel nurtured, feel emotionally connected when they feel that security. They have the plan. They have the plan to climb the mountain. They value productivity and order and structure and getting things done and making progress. That feels like nurturing, right? Notice there's no play really, because Moon and Capricorns actually need to learn how to play, to not feel so overly responsible all the time. Like, say, I've done enough. I've done all the things on my list. I feel good. Now I can relax a little bit. But this is, how you feel nurtured, getting the things done. It provides that extra security for you. So the way you nurture others is by acts of service, doing things for them. Whether it's planning something for them, or taking care of a project, or helping them build something, or helping them feel empowered with what they're here to do. So your nurturing is kind of like building inner authority in them, right? Like trying to empower them so they can be as productive as you like to be, right? Moon in Capricorn. Okay, I'm so curious if this is landing for anyone out there. Moon in Aquarius. I love Moon in Aquarius too. Moon in Aquarius, you feel nurtured by being honored in your authentic self, being seen and valued for being the rebel, the one who thinks outside of the box, the visionary, the one who's got such great ideas that they're probably before your time. So a Moon in Aquarius, especially when they're younger, they love to be nurtured with, like, tell me more about what you're thinking about. Tell me what that looks like. What, encouraging the exploration of the mind, the encouraging of innovative ideas. the encouraging and honoring of they're going to do it their own way. Am I right, Moon in Aquarius? Right? That's part of your gifting. Like, yeah, I don't want to go through all those paths that everybody else has been going on. I'm going on this path. So Moon in Aquarius, that's how you feel nurtured, when you're honored and seen by being your unique and beautiful being. We are all unique and beautiful souls, but Moon in Aquarius thrives on being different, right? And eccentric. Okay. So this is where you feel nurtured by being honored there. And the way that you nurture others is that free spirited, like helping others liberate themselves, helping people see their authentic self and really encourage them to go for it, to be all of who you can be, unlimited, unpredictable. These are ways that you want to offer nurturing to others. And that is something about Moon in Aquarius. I will say, moms who have Moon in Aquarius, what children and adults all need to grow potential is predictability and consistency. This can be hard for Moon in Aquarius because they're so inspired by just the current information that they're working with. And so you have to be creative and be innovative, my Moon in Aquarius, to be consistent, and don't let your unpredictability be the predictable thing. You know what I mean? Okay. So vision with your children, vision with your partner, like this is something that you do naturally. Like, what I see for you, and if I may share this, I can imagine you, and you're reflecting their potential in huge, beautiful, expanded, eccentric possibilities. Okay. You help them get out of the box. Okay. Moon in Pisces, you feel nurtured and you feel emotionally connected with when people are just really, you feel just safe to be in your fluidity, safe to be quiet when you're in your inner world, or safe to dream your dreams out loud. Moon in Pisces, you feel nurtured when you're given space to explore your creativity, your sensitivity, your emotions are welcome. The depth of your emotions are honored, that it's okay to emote, it's okay to feel. I mean, you don't need permission for that, but you love to be acknowledged and honored, that not teased, but accepted and honored at the depth of your emotional being. Nurturing for Pisces is, yeah, to be included in that emotional connection. What are you feeling? Tell me, what's your intuition on this? And also to be allowed to just be where you are, how you are, an internal processor, creative, a dreamer, and very sensitive, so nurtured through music, through art, through creativity. And the way you nurture others is that just very compassionate. So compassion is very key for Moon in Pisces. Very compassionate, very tender, very empathetic. You can feel it all. So yeah, so that's how you nurture. And so again, remember, think about the other moon signs I talked about. If you're a Moon in Pisces and you're trying to lead with how you like to be nurtured with the Moon in Aries, that may not flow, right? Is that right? Yeah, with that minute flow because Moon in Pisces, because Aries is more, more in their head about what they're doing, and they're not going to be wanting to get muddy in the emotions about it. So this is where it gets tricky, where you get to try on, well, what does the Moon in Aries want? And how does my Moon in Pisces, not discounting yourself, but sharing the space, Moon in Pisces, Moon in Aries. This is where Moon in Pisces can say, you know what? I trust you to lead. What would you like to do? Moon in Pisces, I will give you this little caveat though. Because you're such a shapeshifter, You could easily go along with what other people are wanting to do. Make sure you have connection to what your heart desires and what your soul desires, and definitely include that in the planning instead of just surrendering to somebody else like a moon in Aries. I don't know if any of this makes sense. I could go on and on for all these moon signs. I love it, but the whole point was to learn your moon sign and notice the way you offer to others what it is you're needing, okay? But learn your partner's moon sign. Notice how they are, what they offer to you. That's a hint to their emotional connection, where they feel seen, where they feel nurtured, where they feel loved through the moon. So let me know if this spoke to you, and tell me what your moon sign is, how you love to be loved and what nurtures you. And what are the things you tend to do for others? And are you offering that to yourself? Okay, thanks for being with me, and hopefully you got something that nurtured your soul today. So peace be with you. Until next time, I'll be back, I think next week, with the full moon, second full moon in Capricorn. Boy, we've got a lot of things going on. And I'm just wondering how you're nurturing yourself and how you're taking care of yourself. So again, peace be with you and all that you love. All right, until next time. Bye-bye.